Morning, good morning, good morning. It's Elizabeth Elenor, and I've changed my name to Make Peace finally. Um, After all this time, I'm going to acknowledge my last name, and so, but I'm going to keep Elizabeth Elenor. Pause with Elizabeth Elenor. So, how are you? Love to say hi in the chat if you're watching live. Um, And if you're watching the replay, please throw hashtag replay into the comments so that we can come in and say hi to you afterwards and give you a little emoji because I love that, right? Today we're talking about future memories, and um, I just want to share a few things. We've had some major changes in my world, in the business, and today I just finished the very last session of my Conscious Creator Circle live coaching calls. After nearly 5 years, we are stopping the live coaching calls and we're having it as a standalone course. 5 years of changing lives, supporting women. Oh my gosh, we just went through the circle and discussed everything. All the women were sharing the things that have changed for them, from one woman that used to faint before she had to talk on stage, and now she's an international speaker. People changing jobs, saving marriages. There was one lady that we got her visa while she was with us, changed the course of her life completely. It's just been a beautiful journey all the way through, and things are changing and shifting in the world, and I'm not one to stay stagnant. So we're changing to a whole different ball game, and I'm moving into a brand new elevation of the way I'm teaching as well. So I'm going to be teaching a whole new, like, not just intuition, but the elevation of the fifth dimension, moving into really helping people tap into their oneness, into their higher self, into fifth dimension, where unity consciousness, so that you too can have three shooting stars and meet, go from pain to make peace, and all of the beautiful magic in between, and really connect with yourself. But I don't know what that looks like right now. So it hasn't sort of presented itself, and so I'm sitting in solitude and allowing myself to really discover that, and what this next elevation for me as a business coach, or as a intuitive activator, should I say, conscious creator and coach, recoder, and all the things, natural success coach, and all that, all of the things that I've got under my belt. What does it look like to bring that all together into this new level of existence? So one of the changes that you will notice here is that, because I'm not doing the live sessions anymore, I'm going to bring in July, pause will start at 7 a.m. instead of at 8:30. So that we've got the opportunity to really connect first thing in the morning. And as you would have noticed, I'm also, pause is more about reflection and stepping back and spending a bit of time breathing and pausing. So let's do that right now. I'm just going to get you to gently close your eyes. And stopping and pausing for a moment. It's all about disconnecting from the world, the external, and using my voice as a way of just being guided to listen internally, breathing and relaxing, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. And just bringing all of your energy, attention, and awareness back to yourself right now. And recognizing that everything is constantly moving. The universe is constantly moving. It's expanding and growing. And we can tap into our identity and feel like we're here on this timeline. We're in this body. We're listening to this mind. We wake up every morning in the same place, doing the same routine. So we feel like it is static and that it is steady. And yet, I knew I was going to sneeze then. And yet, we live in an extremely convoluted, complex world. We live in a holographic experience, not a linear experience like we think we are. Every time you have a thought, that means a part of your energy is going out to the past, somewhere in the future. You're jumping timelines every time you bring an event from the past or the future into your memory bank right now, into your now moment. You're quantum jumping. And so, to line up with what we're talking about today, future memory. What is future memory? And for those that are looking at supporting themselves to have a beautiful, loving, supported, connected relationship, whether you're in one now, you're wanting one, or you're having a relationship that doesn't really fit that mold yet, we have the ability to tap in to a timeline where we do have that, where we are living in harmony with total trust and love and connection and support. We can tap into the timeline where we are fulfilled and living in joy and feeling abundant, held, nourished, supported. And the more you tap into that timeline where those things are already happening, and you recognize that, you experience that in the now moment, and you visualize that, those future memories, the more that allows your own natural system, our physical body, the molecules and the matter that we are right now, in this hand, in this head, this nose, the sneezes, the more we tap into that, our physical body and its mechanics, like the nervous system that wires together, that creates reactions within our body, and these are chemical reactions that then transfer into what we experience as feelings, emotions, moods. Moods are a longer period of that same feeling happening. The more we tap into that, then our body is now experiencing this as well. We're experiencing that love, we're experiencing that support, we're experiencing being nourished, loved, intelligent conversations, whatever it is that you desire in your relationship. We are experiencing it now in our physical body. And because the physical body, the consciousness that we are, doesn't know the difference between reality and a vision, what happens is, because we're not separate, as we expand into this, as we tap into this future memory and hold it in our now moment, what happens is the space between our physical body and the rest of our environment starts moving. All these little particles all start responding to that emotion that you're having in your body, to that feeling that you're having, to those visions. And it all starts moving into sync, so that you are now, because we're not separate, we are part of the world, we are part of this third dimensional, fourth dimensional, fifth dimensional reality that we're all living in. Now those particles respond, and just like little ants in an ant mound that have got a job to do, they go exactly where they need to go. These little tiny molecules that we are affecting in our life, they go into a coordinated pattern, like a sacred pattern that we then see as a matrix that now is conducive to living that relationship, living that nourishing, supportive, connected relationship. And the more you hold that frequency, the more those particles start moving into place. And now you're vibrating at that particular field. You're vibrating at that particular energy. And because we are vibrational beings, we are electromagnetic, right? So the electro is the mind aspect of it. The magnetic is the energy field, right? Is our magnetic pulse that's part of the environment and the magnetic pulse of the world and the earth. It means that our pattern now vibrates at a certain frequency where we're tapping into the same frequency as that beautiful partner that is potentially waiting for us to step up to the plate, potentially becoming the person for us to now be seen by that person. I'm working with a guy at the moment that had a horrible experience with his family. So he was 20 years he's been married. 20 years he's been married, working, flying in and out, being the supportive partner. He was the breadwinner of the family. She looked after and raised the children. They have 3 children together. And one day he went to work in a totally different state, and he gets an email to say that she wants a divorce. Don't get in contact with me ever again. And he hasn't been able to contact her ever since, after 20 years. Email, right? You can imagine his whole world fell apart. He was struggling to get out of bed and work, reaching for his antidepressant pills, and hoping that they would kick in. You know, he said it'd take a couple of hours, but they would eventually kick in, and he'd just feel numb. We started working together only just over 3 months ago now. Within a month, he was saying that he no longer is reaching for the pills first thing in the morning. He's waking up, he's got more clarity, he's looking forward to the day. And we recognized that some of the vibrations that he had was that he was putting up with crap in his life from other people, including mates. He would go, he would message people and say, hey, do you want to come to the pub after work? Yeah, great idea, we'll meet you down there. And 9 times out of 10, people wouldn't show up. And they wouldn't have the decency to even text to say, hey, something came up. They would just not turn up. And so through our training, through our coaching, I let him know, I showed him that was actually not very, respectful, and that there wasn't a lot of integrity in that. We did some recoding and cleared some stuff where he was putting up with people treating him worthlessly, neglectfully, all of those things. And those friendships started falling away, and he moved into a different frequency where he was respecting his time. He was respecting the integrity and the honesty that he had, and he was seeing his own worth. And because of that, his vibration started to change, and now people that he said I've seen around but never made eye contact, we've never really communicated, people that were not treating him well have just sort of fallen away, and they're not in his world anymore. And all these other people are seeing him, walking past him at work and smiling and catching up and asking, do you want to come out and catch up for a coffee, or do you want to go fishing, or whatever it might be. And his new world, because his new vibration is bringing in people that have got integrity, that are respectful, that feel that they've got their own self-worth, and they mirror that out to him. And so as you change your frequency, you also change your environment, because your frequency changes and your environment has to match that, because it's the law of association, right? It's the that's not the right word. It's a law of correspondence. It's a law of vibration. All of these things all come into play, and now you are resonating to a different set of beliefs. You're elevating to a different set of personality traits, and now your world is completely changed. All of a sudden, his children are starting to reach out. He's got a better connection with them, and through his vibration changing, no contact with his ex-wife, who would have normally been disrespectful all the way through. She reached out through the kids, so there's still been no connection, but she asked the kids to ask him. She was doing a cleanup, they're moving house, and she was cleaning up and found some old photos, and she asked the kids to ask him if he would like these old photos instead of her chucking them out. And he said he was gobsmacked. He couldn't believe that she thought of him, and in a respectful way. So no contact, but because his vibration has changed, so has his relationships. And believe it or not, just over 3 months it's been, and he has met a beautiful woman. They get on really well. They have a lot in common. They're very similar cultures. All the things that are happening in his world are all to do with raising his vibration, changing his frequency, and living in that future self energy, calling in the timeline that he wants to radiate and resonate to, so that now he is creating and shifting worlds from the old paradigm where everyone treated him with lack of self-worth because he didn't see his own within him, to now being able to live in different relationships. It's changed his business, his work, and he's even looking at property, because he realized that he had a dream when he was a kid to own property, some land, and he's found the perfect location. All the things are happening for him. So this is why the work that we do here is a necessity. It's not a luxury to listen to your own intuition. Your world completely changes. Pain becomes a disassociation. You start neutralizing things that used to trigger you, and you draw in and pull in relationships that are powerful, valuable, nourishing, connected, even if they're in work, with work colleagues, family, friendships, all of these things really start pulling you into a whole different arena, and you step into the timelines that we're all moving into, right? We're moving into a different frequency. We've moved, and I keep saying it, we've moved from Pisces, age of Pisces, into age of Aquarius. And age of Aquarius is self-authority, and we're really tapping into that fifth dimensional aspect of ourselves, where we're becoming unified in our consciousness and recognizing that we are not the only ones here, that we are not separate, we are not broken, and that we have the ability to create our own world. So that's what my mission is. The things that you're going to see change here in Awakening Magical Women, and one of the things that I definitely suggest, there's so much stuff, there's so much crap out there on social media that people tap out, right? Because it can be a little bit overwhelming. What I suggest and invite you to do is change your settings and notifications so that you're getting the notifications of this group, because we are here to support you, to raise your vibration and to change your frequency into this new timeline. To tap in and listen to tips and get that little buzz of insight and encouragement, and just uplift you a little bit in your day-to-day, so that you're elevating little by little in this group, in this world, in your environment, so that you are changing. Because as we all create a different frequency, as we become higher and better within our frequency, that radiates out and affects all the people that are in your world, all of your environment. One person that moves into a higher frequency affects thousands to do the same, right? And so that's what we're here for. So some of the changes that you're going to see in Awakening Magical Women is, first of all, we're doing pause at 7 o'clock from July onwards. We're going back and we're starting our monthly mixes again. And instead of it being a different topic, different theme each time, the topic's going to be different, but it's going to be the same name each time, the same title. And believe it or not, finally, again, these connecting all of these pieces so that they're not separate, we are calling it the Peacemaker Ascension Portal. So every month you get the opportunity to jump into the portal with us, raise your vibration, and look at what it is that's holding you back, holding you tethered to the ground, and that's holding you in those third dimensional, separate, broken feelings, so we can release those feelings and move into a different place, so that your vibration is ascending into that peacemaker energy, into the magic that you already are. And let's do this together as a unified group of women, reclaiming and reactivating our intuition and our magic. And let's change the world one person at a time. Let's do this together. The other thing is, I really want to encourage you to post in here when something wonderful happens. You have a white rabbit moment, you have some sort of magical experience, rainbows, shooting stars, watching whales jumping out of the water, synchronicities of triple numbers, whatever it might be. Share it in the group, so the more you're of service to other women and they get to see, you know, you might share a triple number in here and find that someone out there was not having the best day, and they see your triple number and it reminds them of their power and their ability to connect to themselves. So be of service to others by posting in here and sharing your magic, so that we can all together as a collective move into this connection of oneness, and really start magnifying this and accelerating our growth together. So take care, enjoy the rest of your day. By the way, Child of the New Moon has already started. It's our 7-day immersion of intuition, and basically it is all about stepping in and reclaiming your intuition and recognizing when it's your intuition, not your mind, so that you're not second guessing it and you can take action in the right path. It's already started, but I'm still letting people in. We had someone come in yesterday, and we're up to day 3, but you can watch the replays and all of the things. If that sounds like something that you're interested in and want to know more, just put New Moon into the comments and we will send you the link. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. And see you next Tuesday.